After leaving Teasers, the rapper went down the street to Truth 18 nightclub for an after party. 3 faced charges in Jones's death in what investigators say was an ongoing rival gang war. Just as they did at Teasers, and eventually to the Home 2 suites near USF.
They're approaching the victim.
Posting on social media in live time.
This is the video here from his Instagram.
Surveillance video from outside that club shows how 2 suspect vehicles continued to follow Jones. Julio Foolio in new surveillance video from the club's parking lot. Suspects Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gathright watched this video in court Thursday too.
So who knew that they was gonna be waiting in the back? It still was someone who knew Julio Foolio Neal was gonna be in the back of the home. They didn't go directly to the Holiday Inn. They were next door. So a lot of people keep saying that, oh, they were at the hotel. No, they wasn't. Counter said, she said that Julio Foolio got turned down. This is why he went back to sit in the car. Everybody who was right there with him in the front seat or in the back seat, I don't care if it was the driver or not, they shouldn't have never let Julio Foolio get in that situation. And for you to drive towards the shooters and the haters, that goes to show that you had something to do with it. You should have did a U-turn, regardless of how you feel about it. Julio Foolio knew for a fact Ksoo been sending hits through the jail. I don't care if he was under 28 hours of surveillance. He's been sending letters for the longest to Young and Ace to tell them, y'all need to get Julio Foolio out the way. That's the only way I'm gonna beat my case. They said that he did that to Bibby. R.I.P. Julio Foolio, R.I.P. Bibby. Let me know down in the comment section if you think that this was a setup from ATK and 1200 members. I want y'all to really let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
At the end of the day, this beef has been going on for so long. There have been so many attempts on Julio Foolio's life. And no, he's no angel in any of this. He has definitely responded back to these people and done his own dirt to get where he was. But to find out that the very weapon that shot him in the foot is the very weapon that took his life, if that doesn't show plotting and planning, I don't know what else does. At the end of the day, somebody within his circle was working with the people who took him out, and they set him up. There's no other way to look at this. This wasn't a fly-by-night hit. This was a strategically planned and plotted hit. They knew where he was going to be. They knew he was going out there to celebrate his birthday. I still believe that in the heart of hearts, they somehow got him kicked out of that Airbnb, because people don't just get kicked out. They're going to let the primary renter stay and have everybody else who's being disruptive leave.
Everybody knew that Julio Foolio only asked for one thing. He only asked is to have a good birthday and a safe birthday. The girl Alicia kept telling him to drink, and he knew she was rocking with the ops. And regardless of how they look at it, Julio Foolio should have had security other than his homies. We see from time to time, people will have their homies as security, and then they end up getting caught up. Look what happened to Boosie. Everybody know for a fact that this is a sad situation, and I would like to send my condolences out to the family, because regardless of how Backstreet KT feel, he should have never been out there on the scene. And everybody thought that.
Oh, Murder was literally replying to Ace on Julio Foolio's Instagram after he passed away. Like, why would you still keep going to his Instagram and making responses to situations? They have left a breadcrumb trail that the ATK
that the ATF.
That the ATF is going to follow up on. They are trying to turn this into a RICO. This is not just going to be a murder case at the end of the day. They want to put a one and done nail in the coffin and be done with this gang rivalry. They want to clean up their streets and they want to take back their city.
This is why Tampa, Florida police instantly called JSO to come out there when this all went down. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for updates. TPD said the only reason that JSO even came to the crime scene is because this was retaliatory for what Young and Ace and Julio Foolio had going on in a previous beef. They've been rivals for the longest. Mizzlee was in the backseat texting these boys, and regardless of how they felt about it, he should have never been texting the ops. He was already known for being with the ops. They went out of town. They went out the country with the ops. And I want everybody to know, Backstreet KT, he's not a saint in this whole ordeal. Everything that went down, they knew for a fact all it took is one text to the ops for them to even get out on Julio Foolio. They sat in the car for about 6-7 minutes just to even know if they was gonna go inside the hotel or not. They already used Julio Foolio credit card so that they could try to get the room. As soon as they tried to book the room, just like the lady at the front of the ATK, KTA was just gonna beef, and then all they homies on east side was gonna die, and then they was gonna get away with it, the top heads of it. No, Julio Foolio got sent up behind this. Bibbidi is gone right now, and regardless of how they feel about it, Ksoo is locked up because of what happened to Julio Foolio brother.
The saddest part is 90% of them were long life friends. His mother said it on her interview. They knew each other. They went to parties together. They were over having their hair done. Like, these are people who know how you move. They know how you plan. Whatever caused the initial fallout between these groups, it was ugly, and it has cost so many lives. There's a trial date set for it. There's going to be another trial date set now for Julio Foolio. And at the end of the day, we are literally just retaliating back and forth. For you to think that this isn't planned out, for you to think that Ksoo can't make a move behind bars, you out your effing mind.
Young Ganae's girlfriend already said that Julio Foolio, he was set up by his own guys. And that's putting the blame off of ATK. And regardless of how ATK Keys feel, ATA Keys, he was the one who was sending the girls. He instantly was telling the girls to go to the party. Soon as they text him and told him Julio Foolio just made a post, said they having a pool party in Tampa, ATK Keys, he was the main one who told them, hey, I need at least 5 of y'all. Grab 5 of your friends and instantly go over there. They instantly had the motive to do everything they needed to do for Julio Foolio to get out of that Airbnb, because Julio Foolio was inside of that Airbnb. He was still hurt, and everybody knew for a fact if you get hit in your ankle, you barely could run anywhere. Julio Foolio got hit in the feet, and everybody knew for a fact that as soon as Julio Foolio saw the dude pop out, the bushes right there under that tree.
You have to figure the Holiday Inn was a last-minute plan. That was not the intention. The intention was to stay at the Airbnb for however long.
Who was following them?
And that is a great question that we need answers to. Was it Young and Ace? Was it Young and Ace's crew? It said that he's a leader of a huge gang. So how many people did he have out there that night?
Did he tell 1,200 not to say their name? Not to mention ATK if they ever get caught for this? Because it was one person who was with the 3 people who got caught up. They found the shell casings in the dude car. It was one person who was ATK with 1,200. So regardless of what happened at that football game, who gave them the last minute plan?
While Ace himself may not have been directly involved in the shooting, he is suspected of being the mastermind behind the plot.
Behind that Holiday Inn over there at that home, Julio Foolio told the driver, hey man, bust a U-turn. He kept going straight. And I want everybody to know, Julio Foolio already knew it was an ambush because the dude that was in the back seat kept texting, and Mizzlee was in the back seat. Everybody knew for a fact that the dude, Kenny K, he was right there at the scene. He was in the car with them. And he already said that he hoped Ksoo get out. He already told Ksoo when they was locked up that he prayed that they instantly beat their cases and get out this situation. I want everybody to know this is a sad situation. They shouldn't have never got out on Julio Foolio like that. And everybody knew for a fact that it was too many people who played a role in this. Julio Foolio saw them in the back seat, kept doing what they doing. When you in the back seat fumbling and keep getting on your phone, knowing that you ain't supposed to even have your location on when you out there in public, knowing that you got ops, Julio Foolio knew they was up to something.
At the end of the day, if you can't follow the breadcrumb trails that have been left behind between the years of beef, between the videos they have posted, literally listing everything that they have done, including going out to practice shooting and saying Julio Foolio's the target, right down to shooting him in the foot, right down to him dating the ops' girl, the ex-girlfriend of the ops. Like, why would you put yourself in these predicaments? It's even said that Lizzie's baby mother is Julio Foolio's girlfriend. Like, who is his girlfriend? They've got so many girls out there. Who is he really dating? Who can he really trust?
Glizzy baby mama was right there at the scene, and everybody thought that Glizzy ain't had nothing to do with it. Glizzy was the one who was mad out of all of them. Young and Ace had the beef with him because his brothers got hit up in that car leaving that sushi restaurant. But everybody knew for a fact that Glizzy was the main one mad because Julio Foolio was messing with his baby mama.
You don't do do that. And this is one of the reasons why this beef just kept going and going and getting deeper. They got themselves so in over their heads that right now, even as they lead into it, there is still threads being left. Camilla deleted her Instagram after Young and Ace paid $10K for Alicia's lawyer. Like, they are doing things that are putting themselves in the spotlight day after day. Young and Ace is releasing videos that make him the target. Whether he pulled that trigger or he paid for it to be done, he's still involved. TT pulled from teasers and parked at the home in the back where Gutter Zay was shooting by the Tesla. Like, they have wrapped themselves so deep into this, it's only a matter of time before they pull more suspects in. Because the 5 of them, that's not the end of it, y'all.
They don't need to see their face on footage. They could have been masked up all the way from head to toe. Regardless of how they look at it, TT already said that they did it. And TT is a witness to this whole situation on what's going on. Because regardless of how they feel about it, Foolio mama, regardless of how she show emotion or not, you can't get mad at his mama for nothing. His mama is the person who had him. She was the person who told him not to go out there and do this. She got hit up 8 times.
And let's not forget about J-Dot. Whatever role he played in this, he was in on the hit. This has manipulated itself into so many forms that they've made it hard to track it. At the end of the day, there's more suspects to bring in.
Alicia said that J-Dot Beezy was the one who had the guns in his name that was used on Foolio when he was trying to climb in that back seat, and he was instantly trying to get away from the barrage of bullets that was firing at him. They knew for a fact that the driver, he could have did a U-turn and got up out that jam. At the end of the day, they was in the car. They shouldn't have never even rolled that way in the car. They rode towards the shooters. And just like Street Girl for LTV said, she the main one that exposed it all and told them they not finna not let you in the Holiday Inn, especially if it's 4 in the morning. They gonna be quick to give you a room. So I want everybody in the comment section to let me know, do y'all think that this was a setup? Because regardless of what they trying to put out there, they already said JSO, they talked to Young and Ace. Is Young and Ace working with the police?
You also have to look at the frustration level. Forensics has shown us that the gun that shot him in the foot is the same gun that took him out that night.
Murder said that he got hit up 8 times in the arm and he got skinned 3 times in the head. So was they trying to get him in the driver? Because he were closer to the driver than he was to the people in the back seat. Foolio can't see who's texting in the back of him, but I know they kept on posting on Instagram.
At the end of the day, they wanted to make sure that they got their man this time.
Because that's the only way they was going to even be able to get up close to him. Somebody told them that Foolio was going to that hotel. Foolio cousin kept asking, who paid off the cops? Because they not just finna come to no Airbnb and make you leave your crib, regardless of if y'all owned it, the Airbnb or not. Foolio paid for the Airbnb with his own money. So what would make them leave? When they was sitting in the car behind the Holiday Inn, his homie Murder already said that they was in the car for about 6-7 minutes trying to find a new hotel to go to. Foolio Charger going in there. Mizzlee was the one that texted Gutter Zay and told him that they sitting in the back of Foolio car right behind the other hotel in the back of the home. I want everybody to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Foolio. They bogus for what they did because it was somebody in his own camp that sent the hit. Regardless of the birthday party that was thrown for Foolio at the Airbnb, okay, we all know that. Everybody could publicly see, even if you own the apartment that the Airbnb was in, it doesn't matter because you still don't have to leave. Everybody just have to tone down the music. And I want everybody to know, and this is coming straight from the witness,